Gorran Haven. It's a place that we've been to a number of times, isn't it?
It is. One of our favourite places.
Yeah, nice little beach. All the tide's in at the moment.
Oh, thanks, old fruit. Congratulations.
Oh no.
Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
This has always been one of our favourite spots since we first found it. But our favourite cafe is shut. And we were going to have a coffee here.
Well, no signal, so I can't see whether it's coming online or whether they're opening.
You're getting as bad as the dogs. Nice calm sea this morning. It's a proper Cornish little fishing port, isn't it? Seaside port. Harbour, I mean, not port. I mean harbour. Steep windy streets. Not sure that we get the van round here. Just about, maybe. Like to risk it though. We've seen people stuck before, haven't we, in catching walls.
It's a one-way system, anyway.
When's that has bothered us?
That's true.
Thankfully, there is another cafe just up here.
Saucepan, no plants. Best way, just coffee time. Biscuit. I can never get any relief without breaking it. Okay.
So last night was fun again with our new neighbours.
Yeah. 1 o'clock was it this morning?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock this morning.
Good scratching post.
Yeah. Just seems to be in their way, don't we?
Yeah.
Or do we?
It's their walkthrough, wasn't it?
Yeah. But why they're not asleep? Okay.
Yeah. Do cows sleep?
Actually,
They must do. Everything needs to sleep. Might get cream tea.
I do. Where would you like to go to?
So we've had his coffee.
We have. Very nice coffee.
It was very, very nice coffee. But we're going to go for a coffee, aren't we now?
I think so.
If it's open now.
It's open.
You have Googlyfied, haven't you? And it says it opens at 9.
No, it opens most days.
Oh, right. Probably not on a Monday morning, though.
Oh, it's open.
Is it open?
There's somebody just going that way, so they see the pills.
Better be open. No tables. Oh, he's just putting the table out. And I think it's him. I think it's a bloke who used to have it. Not definite. We will check.
I ain't got any Fitbit calls.
Oh, you have? Yes, you have. Would you like a biscuit? Oh.
Sit. Good girl. Riding truck, I would have ridden for hours.
No, he has them here with him for me, to be honest. Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah. Keeps me quiet and behaved.
Cheers.
You see, that's perfect timing.
Good idea.
It is, isn't it? You must have known we were coming.
So while we're waiting for them to set up the coffee, we'll have a go at beach cleaning. Do our bit for the place.
A really good idea.
Might not be that much.
It's always been a nice clean beach anyway, hasn't it, this one, so. Usual fag ends. When you're not looking for rubbish, you can always spot it. When you're looking for it, it's another matter. I'm going to be like a kid on a treasure hunt now. Keith, I found some. Keith, I found some.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I thought would be worth doing.
Not a good idea. More beaches should adopt that though. During this trip, we've picked up so many pieces of rubbish from different places that people have just dumped. This little community feels just like that. It always feels like a community. Everyone speaks to each other. It's obvious that they like the tourists come in because they always stop and talk to you. They don't just pass you by. They've always got, and it's more than just a hello. Quite often there's a chat. It's another of those little villages, towns. You could say, yeah, I could live here. There's somewhere you go where you wouldn't want to. This is one way you definitely would. There's Womble Keith picking up the rubbish. A couple of people have been fishing there. These are a good idea as well. Donation boxes, maintaining the quays, and for the RNLI, you do a sterling job. You got much?
Yeah. Waffles and
Mm-hmm.
crisp packets. Bits and pieces. Clear water again,
It
isn't
is, isn't it? Very clearly. You can see all the fish there. Morning. Caught
Morning.
much?
A few gar and a few small mackerel and the odd little pollock, well that's about it really. Some wrasse closer.
Have a good day. You can see quite deep down.
It is deep, but you can see the bottom.
And this is when it's perfect. Morning time. No tourists. It's nice and quiet. We've seen this beach packed, haven't we? In the past, it's height of season. You can hardly move on that beach over there. And as much as the locals like the tourists, they must look forward to the end of the season, just having their place back for a bit of peace and quiet. Boat just coming in, doing fishing. See whether we can catch up with them, see whether they caught anything.
Well, we've got a bag full, so we've done our 2 minutes bag cleaning. I don't know where the bin is to get rid of it, but or we'll just leave it on the beach.
I'm sure the man at the cafe will be able to say. Ah, the bean, the bean. What's really good about this cafe we've told you about before, how much we enjoy it, is what they're doing now. So that's what we like to see. So now you can see why we like to sit here, having a coffee, and why it's one of our favourite places. So we just saw the chaps off the boat we saw coming in earlier and asked about what they caught.
There wasn't a lot. It's getting to the wrong time of year now for fishing, but a couple of mackerel, a small
cod, they said.
Pollock,
Yeah.
same family. But not a lot, but they said it's the joy of going out rather than what you catch, which I can see.
Well, they were saying that they were here, went out from here, and it was calm like this. But then they got around to Dodman Point, which is
Where, as they go
that way.
round the point, they got into a bit of a swell, made it a bit lively, and then calmed down again off Bolt Beach in that sort of bay. So it's just round the headland that it was a bit choppy.
Yeah.
But they did say it's getting to the end of the year, end of the season for fishing.
Probably time to start mothballing it, isn't it, until spring.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before about the locals. They're quite happy to have a chat, aren't they? It's not just thinking, more tourists just in the way or whatever. Quite happy to tell you what they've been up to. And while we're talking about a little bit of recycling, as we leave Gorran Haven, I wanted to show you this. Most people in the UK will have seen the repurposing of telephone boxes, but if you're watching us from another country, you might not know about this. A lot of local telephone boxes have been sold off in villages and towns. And they've been sold off for nominal fees. And a lot of places have turned them into book swaps. Other places have put defibrillators in them. But rather than them just being scrapped, what a good idea. Because they are part of UK's history, the red telephone boxes. It would be a shame if they were just ripped up. So it is nice to see that they are being used for other purposes these days. Does this happen in any of your countries as well? Telephone boxes or kiosks? You know what we've always said about looking up? I've never noticed this before. This is the old customs house. And there's a blue plaque. Not sure whether you'd have been able to read that. Royal Geological Society of Cornwall, Charles W. Peach, 1800 to 1886, lived in Gorran Haven, 1834 to 1845. Coast Guard, renowned naturalist and fossil collector. So that's Gorran Haven.
We've done the library.
I have done the library.
We've done the library.
I've done the library.
We've done Gorran Haven.
We've done Gorran Haven. And very nice it was again too.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.